Hi, I'm Johnny B, and welcome to McKinney ISD Sports Talk as we take a look at Week 2 of the McKinney ISD football schedule. And in Week 2, we had some very exciting games, and we are going to start with the head coach of the McKinney Boyd Broncos, Coach Don Drake. And Coach, you talked about playing that tough non-district schedule. Get this team ready for what they're going to face down the road. Also, you wanted that program to take a big step in beating those teams. And wow, how big of a win over Coppell Friday night was it, not only for the schedule, not only for confidence, but for the program?
Well, I think it was huge. You know, we've been in a similar situation with them for the last couple of years where it's been a really tight ball game in the third quarter and we've not been able to finish and come out on top, you know. And Friday night we were able to keep battling and work through some adverse situations, which I know we're going to discuss here in a few minutes, but, you know, there were multiple opportunities for us to not keep playing and just keep pushing and keep striving for that success, and our kids kept battling and just kept pushing through and got the victory. So it was a huge win for us. It's a huge win for our program, hopefully something that will catapult us forward even into bigger and better things. When
we took a look at the game plan, you felt you could run on Coppell. As I stood near your student section and they chanted, "We've got Dedrick," Dedrick Scrivens with what a performance. 39 carries, 371 yards. I mean, he really was the workhorse of your offense.
Oh, there's no doubt, you know, and we felt like we could come in and move the ball on the ground, and then once we found that, you know, that place where we felt like we could go attack, we stayed with it all night. He did a great job. The offensive line did a great job of coming off the football and creating those holes for him, and what a night it was on the ground for us.
Grant Ressmeyer, I mean, when you look at his numbers, it's not going to blow you away, but he was 5 of 8 for 39 yards. So when you had to throw the ball, he was very accurate. Also, 8 rushes for 39 yards. When he saw things, he took advantage of them. How have you liked how he's managed your offense?
Well, I thought he managed the game very, very well the other night. You know, he made some great decisions in the passing game, put the ball in a place where he could get caught, took care of the football. I thought he pulled it down and tucked and ran a few times and got some huge first downs for us to keep drives alive. Particularly one, I mean, the first drive we had in the game that we went to score on, and we were, I think, third and like 15, and we ran the quarterback draw, and he went and got the first down for us. So he made some huge plays with his feet and then also with his arm as well, and so I was very proud of his performance.
Let's take a look at some of the great highlights here. Early on, you fumbled, then you come back and take the ball from them, and here's a pitch out to Dedrick. We talked about his ability to keep going, breaking tackles. There's second and third tries right there.
Yeah, it was a great run. You know, I thought they had us dead to rights back there for a tackle for loss. Here's the draw play I was talking about with Grant for the first down. That was huge to keep that drive going.
Great scene for Dedrick right there, and once he gets it, he can break it.
Yes, he can. You know, and again, that was the drive continued because of Grant's run. We got break off the great run there by Dedrick and then punched the ball in the end zone. That gave us a lot of confidence right there.
Let's talk about defense. Let's not take anything away from them. West is a great runner. He likes to get side to side, but you made him earn his yards.
You know, I was so proud of our defense. They have a huge offensive line. They like to come at you with the ground attack. Our guys played so well up front. It was truly a team effort. Defensively, guys flying around and making plays. There's Josh Stewart and Kyle Seamus, 2 of our defensive linemen in the screen game, so I was very excited about the job they did.
Again, Dedrick, 2, second, third, tries here. He's a guy that's not going to go down on the first hit.
Now, it was great to see him get downhill with the ball and be a punishing runner. You know, we felt like that he can do that. You know, he's a kid that's about 195 pounds, maybe 200 pounds, and he's running behind his pads, which is great to see.
Saw Grant Ressmeyer pull the ball down. Then there's just a big hole, and Dedrick can probably walk in there.
Yeah, you know, our whole offensive line did a great job. We ran left quite a bit at Patrick Quintana and Carlos Alvarez, but all 5 of those guys did such a superb job there Friday night for us opening those holes.
West from Coppell, great running back. He gets to the edge very fast, and you guys seem to have great pursuit that night here. Pocket collapsing on the quarterback. Great coverage sack downfield, Coach.
Yes, it was. You know, and our guys played with such great effort Friday night. A lot of guys running to the football there that you see on the highlights. You know, and that's things that we stress and things that we emphasize, and our kids played with that kind of heart and that kind of determination Friday night.
All right, we get your defense made 2 of the biggest stands in this game. You talk about them here down near the goal line. Let's talk about this.
Yeah, this is the first goal line stand in the second quarter, and it was 4th and goal from the 1 or the 2 yard line, and we got the stop right there. And then we were able to take the ball back down the field and score, from being inside our 2.
Talked about this kind of being a heavyweight fight. You and I spoke about that in the post-game show. And there's 2 good teams just going at it. There's Dedrick getting another seam. And again, they were a pretty big defensive line as well as their offensive line. And at the point of attack, it seemed like you guys dominated this game.
I really thought we controlled the line of scrimmage on both sides of the football, which is the key to the game. I mean, you hear that all the time. From coaches, you've got to win the game in the trenches, and there's a lot of truth to that, and I thought that we did that up front on both sides of the football.
Here's Coppell driving down the field, a great pass there.
Yeah, he got broken up, though, by Keaton Livingston, who was the safety, and he saw us, and we were in single coverage there, and he saw the guy break and just hustled from the center of the field to go over there and make that tackle, knock that ball out.
We just said about Grant when he had to pass, I mean, he was pretty efficient, and a nice skinny post there. There again, great ball, putting it right on the numbers. When he had to throw the ball for you, he did a great job.
Yeah, he did a great job in our run-pass check game right there, and realizing that we had some soft coverage that we could throw that ball into, and did a great job of getting the ball out there on time. I think this was our first possession in the third quarter. I think it took us 6 snaps to get down the field and go score. To tie the ball game back at 21.
And you saw on that last play, one of the things that your wide receivers do is block downfield, and a couple of great seal blocks. Here's a great stand by your defense.
Yeah, it's the second time they've been down inside the 2 yard line, and our kids got two stops down there. So they had 2 or 3 goes of it from right here inside the 2, and we got the stops that we needed.
And we talk about that offensive line that averaged over 280 pounds. And here's the big play right after that.
Yeah, it was huge. You got the ball on your own half-yard line. We're lined up, and they do a great job of sealing that off and creating that space. And Dedrick takes it 89 yards to set us up on the 10-yard line, 1st and goal. We give it to him again, and he'll score right here from 10 yards out to give us the 28-21 lead there in the 4th quarter.
Then you got to go to work. I mean, they're coming back trying to tie this game up. You got about 5 minutes left. Special teams, you talked about it being big. What a great hit there.
Oh, Braden McFadden he whacked that kid. It was outstanding. It was one of those hits that you hear all across the stadium, and everybody gave it the ooh and the wow. So I was very, very excited for him. We had a lot of momentum right here.
And you talk about this being a big game, and the thing that here is another great run by Grant. One of the things that really impressed me, Coach, is his composure running your offense.
He did a great job. I've talked about how he's so composed, and he does a great job in decision making, etc. And that was a huge first down to keep the drive alive and help us to keep running the clock right there and put them in a really bad situation clockwise.
Yeah, here's Coppell trying to march down for again nothing open downfield. Great hit, great pursuit.
Yeah, it was outstanding. This was an exciting game to watch. I mean, if you're a fan of high school football, that's the last play of the game right there. But, the play before, they throw it to the end zone. We get a pass interference call, which was a smart move by our secondary, honestly. It moved the ball to the 28-yard line with no time on the clock, and they got one more shot at it, which you saw Parker deflect that ball away there at the end to secure the victory for us.
This Friday night doesn't get any easier. 2-time defending state champion Allen comes to town. This is another huge game, not only because you want that program to take that step, but it's district game. And what do you have to do to make it 2 in a row?
Well, we got to go play with outstanding effort and got to go play well again, and that's the thing I told the kids. And you heard me last week say after the loss to Horn that our kids played hard enough to win. We didn't play well enough to win, and that was the difference this Friday against Coppell. We played really, really hard and played really, really physical, but we played really well. We played smart football, And so you've got to do that if you expect to go beat the Coppells of the world, the Allens of the world, or anybody else in our schedule for that matter. So, we've got to go play hard, but we've got to go play well.
Don, congratulations on a big win. Best of luck this Friday.
Thank you.
That's Don Drake, the head football coach of the McKinney Boyd Broncos. When we come back, McKinney ISD Sport Talk continues.